The Theater Arts Department at Cicely Tyson Community School Performing and Fine Arts will present a bold and thought-provoking spring production of the beloved musical Godspell, reimagined through a contemporary lens. The new musical runs Friday, March 27th through Sunday, March 29th at the Gene L. James Theater. That's 35 Winans Street in East Orange. And joining us to talk about this reimagination of Godspell is the head of the Theater Arts Department at Cicely L. Tyson Community School Performing and Fine Arts and the director of this play, James W. Lemon. Great to see you, James.
Excellent. It's great to see you as well. Thank you for having us.
Also joining us today are three of the cast members. London Rogers plays Jesus in this reimagination of Godspell. London, great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
Kevin Barton Jr. plays the role of Judas in this production. Kevin, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And Jordan Davis plays the character of Nick. We'll find out all about these characters. Jordan, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, James, this is a interesting reimagination idea. Tell us about the origins of Godspell, the reimagination.
Yes. At the beginning of each summer, we decide on the season. We selected Godspell so that our students could be exposed to questions of morality and ethics. And it poses the question, if the teachings of Jesus landed in our times today, what would that be like? And we noted we teach theater history, our students take theater history, and we notice, lots of similarities of today's time to the Roman era, which is the time of Jesus. And there are a lot of things that are, quite similar. And we thought it was a good idea to put the parables of the gospel according to St. Matthew within the context of what is happening in the world around us today. And that our students are able to understand the world around us, through this vehicle and through discussions on the moral issues and the moral teachings of Jesus, and having them look at the world through this perspective so that they're able to make, decisions about what they want America to look like in the future.
And you have this set at a No Kings type of rally.
Yes, it is. We are setting it literally at a No Kings rally. So all of the characters are protesters at this rally. And throughout the play, we see that they are, throughout the play surrounded by students who are playing ICE agents. And it explores, that contention. And it also explores just the humanity that Jesus teaches us through the gospel according to St. Matthew. The ideas of caring for and loving thy neighbor, which I think is so important, given, the concerns that we have in America today.
What a thought-provoking production you have put together for sure. You put politics aside and you put controversy aside. I mean, this is really something that I think people are looking forward to seeing. London playing the role of Jesus. Well, not only is this something that will be extremely challenging for anyone, but this is a major role in Godspell. When you found out that you were going to play Jesus, what has it meant to you?
Um, well, when I first found out, I was like surprised. I was shocked. And it really meant a lot to know that I was trusted with this, like to deliver the message that we want to give to the world and to our peers. And even though it was like a little, whoa, this is crazy, it's stressful, I gotta do this right. I think it's definitely been helping me grow and prosper to also put these ideals that I'm saying from the script into my own daily life.
Kevin, playing the role of Judas, you get to play the person in the Bible that most people either fear or don't agree with. How has that been for you?
It's been pretty good. Of course, there's been challenges, trying to figure out how exactly I want to play the role and how exactly I need to do this, but it's been pretty good overall.
And have you seen yourself grow as an actor and as a student through this production?
Yes, definitely. Um, Juice is a very different role that I haven't really played a type of role like Judas before. So it's definitely helped me grow as an actor and even as a person, getting to see a different lens that not everyone gets to see all the time.
And Jordan, you play the role of Nick, not in the original production of Godspell, but in the 2012 version of it. Tell us a little bit about your character, Nick, first of all.
The character Nick is very, very playful, very, very upbeat, and very fun. Loves everything arts related, whether it's music, actual drawing, dancing, everything. And his whole entire just personality often revolves around the idea of loving everyone and having fun and being a friendly face in any situation that he's in.
Hmm. As you have gone through the rehearsals, what has it been working with Mr. Lemon? How has that been for you as he directs this show?
I think I love working with Mr. Lemon because he's always someone that will push you to go further in every role that you take. Even if it's like you don't really have to change much about you to actually embrace the role, there's always something that you can do to take the role to another level, or always something that you can do to make your performance just feel so much more elevated. This is like my third musical working with Mr. Lemon, and like I can already feel the change from last year to this year, how he's just challenging me to just be open, be fun, be energetic and lively, and just embrace the fun that this musical is, because it's very, very, very upbeat, very energetic, and very, very it's an experience. It's not like any other regular musical where it's like very gloomy or serious or very like so focused on making these beautiful or complex music pieces. It takes relatively simple music with relatively simple ideas and takes it to another level that allows it to be very enjoying and very, very fun. So
London, I'm envious because, first of all, I would have loved to have played the role of Jesus in either Godspell or Jesus Christ Superstar. But I didn't do plays when I was in high school. I didn't do any plays until I got out of high school. I was playing basketball, so was never had the opportunity at my high school back in the day. Just a little bit younger than you, London, as you can tell with my white beard there. But what have you learned about yourself as not only an actor, but as a student, as you've gone through this with director James Lemon?
That's a good question. I think that I've definitely learned how one thing, let's say it's a song or a word or a line, how it can grow and relate depending on just the tiniest things, on the way I might change one word or the pace that I might say something, where I take a certain beat, the softness or strongness that I might sing a song, and how that can affect different people. It's really shown me, I would say, my weight in the world or in any place of how I can make a difference, how I can make a change, how I can connect with people, and how you really life is not a one note story, how you can translate and connect on so many different levels with so many different sources or things to do to make that connection and be a positive force in the world.
James, what a great job you have. It's another position that I think a lot of us would have always wanted to share with students because it's such a powerful way to interact with students, especially in high school. The Cicely Tyson School is near and dear to me because it was back in 1999. it was probably the most powerful performance I ever went to was when Rosa Parks came to visit the school. She was in a wheelchair and she was wheeled into the school by Cicely Tyson herself. And the students put on an amazing performance. So I know the quality of the students we're dealing with in this production. The only sad thing about a high school production, this one runs for 3 days. You have to catch it. It's March 27th through the 29th. So as how long have you been putting this together, James?
Um, Well, my process starts a year in advance. Like I told you last over the summer is when we really began. But in terms of rehearsals and casting, we usually work 8 to 12 weeks. So we've been, going strong really since January, leading up, to the end of March. And Doug, I also wanted to I guess address, I don't know if it's an elephant in the room, but the fact that we did move forward with casting London as Jesus being a female. And I've gotten some feedback from parents and students about that choice. For me, it was simple. It was for me in some ways spiritual because I just said I don't know how this casting will work out. Let me see the students. And when London auditioned and she sang the song "Save the People," and I just began to cry, and I knew that as she should. And it's only, a little later on after I heard feedback from parents and students that I said, well, maybe it's time that we stand up to these restrictions that we have on gender and race and sexuality, and that we understand that these teachings go beyond the messenger and that it's time to focus a little bit more on the content of the teachings than who the messenger is. And so I thought it was important to move forward so that we are able to share with our community the message, regardless of who's delivering it.
It's interesting you say that because it didn't hit me that way. I just felt, you felt London was the perfect person to play the role. And maybe it's because I've interviewed so many actors and done so many interviews about shows. It didn't strike me as, well, this is odd. Um, but as we look at the great songs that are from Godspell, Kevin, what's the song that means the most to you and why?
That's a good question. Um, I think "Beautiful City" means the most to me. It's a song I sang freshman year, and like even here in London, sing it now. It's like I'm almost in tears sometimes hearing her sing it. It really means a lot to me. It's like hearing that song. I feel like it brings so much hope and evokes so much hope in me, and like to really see that we can, everybody can build like really a beautiful city. Like we can make a better world for ourselves, and that just means so much to me.
I guess Day by Day is the most popular song, or at least most well known from the musical. Jordan, when you were going through this, did you know anything about Godspell before this production began?
I knew very little about the production. I knew the production's history and what it was originally written to do. But in terms of like the actual songs, like the actual plot of the story, I actually didn't know too much about the musical. But I will say one of the best parts about being here is you learn a lot about a lot of different productions and about a lot of different plays. And I think like this has expanded my like love for musical theater and theater in general so much because it's like, wow, there's so many other musicals outside of the main musicals that are on Broadway and that are prevalently talked about.
You mentioned this is your third musical with Mr. Lemon. Obviously, you've caught the bug, right? You've caught the theater bug.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely did. And it actually, it only caught on to me more and more as I just continue to challenge myself, throw myself at an audition. And Mr. Lemon, he would see something in that little short snippet of me singing, and he would take it, run with it, and see how far we can go with it. And I think I'm a lot better as an actor and a person because of it.
London, you're making people cry. So obviously, you are putting great emotion and great joy into this role, which is indeed an emotional and powerful one. When did you know that you had a singing voice that people would want to hear or possibly cry when they listen to it?
This is actually very funny because I've been on this journey because I've actually always been very self-conscious of my singing voice. Like I'll act down, I'll tell a joke, I will go on stage in a bald cap in high waters before I would sing in front of an audience, which singing has always been my most vulnerable like state. And I get so nervous at just like people not their ears bleeding from hearing me sing. So this production has definitely shown me like the power, like the true power in my voice, and that helping me build my confidence to be able to go out there and put on a show for people to hopefully make them cry, make them smile, make them laugh, make them feel something from me singing, from something that I'm scared of myself, and just hoping that this has helped me conquer my fears, and conquering my fears inspire others to do the same and give the output and outcome that people out here crying to me singing, which is crazy to me to think about, but it's good to know that it's happening.
And your director has a lot of credit to do with that because as he chose you for the role of Jesus, he put his trust in you.
Absolutely, 100%. Um, the I am I tell the students all the time that I am in admiration of them. I show up because they show up, and that my love for teaching is about the fact that our students go through so many obstacles, and yet they're able to show up, and yet they're able to give of themselves academically and artistically, day in and day out. And that is the motivation that gets me up in the morning and makes me excited, about coming to work and sharing, everything that I know and helping in any way that I can to move them to the next level when they graduate. So I am in awe always of our students and their abilities and skill sets. And I always tell them, half the battle is just showing up. Once you show up, we can create magic. Just show up, and they do. And that has really put given us a great reputation here at Tyson because they continue to show up, they continue to work hard and do their very best, regardless of the obstacles that they're encountering.
Don't you just want to go back to high school and be in James Lemon's class? Don't you just feel that? It's like you can feel his energy and his excitement. It would be so wonderful. Kevin, as you probably are very well aware, we just had the Academy Awards, and Best Actor went to Michael B. Jordan, who was raised in Newark and went to Arts Performing High School. Does that give you motivation to know that you can come from the Newark, East Orange, New Jersey area and become a major star? It might not be what you are thinking about now, but it has to give you some great pride to know the quality of the schools in New Jersey.
Yes, of course. Michael B. Jordan is one of my favorite actors. I love his work. And once I saw him win that award, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be up there one day. I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to be great.
That's fabulous. So, as you were going through this, did you have an idea of how this maybe would change your views or re-emphasize your views on where the world is right now when it comes to these protests and things that are going on, despite what political views you might have?
No, not at all. I feel like everybody has different opinions, and you know, even if Judas's opinions don't align with my opinions, or if somebody else's opinions doesn't align with my opinions, that doesn't mean I can't like see their side anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Michael B. Jordan is, is one of your favorites. Did you get to see Sinners?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I did watch it, and it was so good, so good.
Yeah, uh, it quite a twist. That's all we'll tell people right halfway through the movie. It's not what you expect. Jordan, same question for you as saw that Michael B. Jordan was winning this award. How did that inspire you?
I think it's so important that like people of color in general take up spaces at these award shows and like we see them winning because it it really does give so much hope to other people of color and kids of color especially that there is a path for you to get there. It may be a little hard. You might have to hustle a little more, but there is still a path for you to get to your end goal. And that's definitely something that I have like genuinely struggled with for like the past few years, just thinking about the future that am I actually going to get there? Is there a route for me to actually take or how hard is all my like hard work and all my efforts going to just be in vain. But I think it's so important that we see people of color winning, especially from areas that are like described as urban or areas like in New Jersey, because it shows that you don't have to be from some high rise area in California, born and raised into a bunch of extracurriculars up and down the hallway to be someone and really, really make an impact on the world.
What a great statement that is, Jordan. Uh, London, why did you choose to go to Cicely L. Tyson School?
Um, well, I chose I chose to come to Tyson, one because I wasn't trying to go to a STEM school because I from a young age anybody will tell you that I'm a smart kid. I do well academically, but there was always just this something, this me bouncing off the walls. I want to sing, I want to dance, I want to be everything. When I was younger, I used to say I want to be a quadruple threat. I want to be a singer, dancer, actor, activist, and scientist. That was my thing. So Tyson just always seemed like the best route for me. And going into theater, um, I grew up on movies, loved movies. It was a cope, I wouldn't say a cope mechanism, but it was a way that my family came together. My grandfather, my mom, we just sit down, pop in a cute little DVD and watch movies. And it was just my dream to, be those people, one, an actor in a movie and be someone for a child like me at that age to be like, wow, this is so cool. This is magical and just escape from any problems or issues that they may be having at that moment. And coming into theater showed me a whole different side of the arts and acting and where I've truly found my true love and passion in being on stage and making people laugh and making people feel something. And the community here to help each other grow has definitely just been worth everything, worth the audition.
You still want to be a scientist?
Um, I used to want to be a scientist. I mean, I'll dibble and dabble in some chemistry here and there, but it's probably not in my future anymore.
James, before we let everybody go, I know there's other people involved in the production that you would like to talk about and mention. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about this reimagination of Godspell running March 27th through the 29th?
Yes, of course. All of our colleagues here at Cicely Tyson have been extremely supportive. Our principal, John English, and our vice principal, Mr. Terrence Bell, um, have really gotten behind our production and supported us in so many ways. Miss Wiley Grant is our U.S. history teacher. So we're doing some cross-curriculum activities, which will be presented in the lobby of the production, along with our public speaking teacher, Ms. Trimmings. Her students will also have a role delivering some protest rally speeches. So we've really tried to make it all inclusive. And the East Orange School District, allows for that opportunity to step outside your classroom to work with your classmates. So I'm really supportive. I'm really thankful of the East Orange School District and the city of East Orange for always supporting our students.
I think we know the answer after we hear your passion, but why do you do this?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, I think we hear the passion in your voice and we know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway, James. Why do you do this?
Um, it is ultimately about service. Spiritually, for me, life is about service. And I feel that I was called to teach, to share my knowledge of theater and my experiences with the next generation to help them succeed. And so I am just serving our students.
Okay, so one sentence from each of the cast members here on why people need to show up and watch Godspell. We'll start with you, Jordan.
One sentence on why people should come see Godspell, it's because there's nothing stronger than love. And that's what this musical is, love.
Kevin.
Um, to see a protest and have a great time.
Okay. London.
To piggyback off of Jordan, come for the community and the warmth of the love and just be able to see everybody who's around you that's going through the same thing and is there to support you.
James, tell us about the logistics. Do people need to can they show up at the door? Do they need to purchase tickets in advance? How does that work?
Yes, tickets are available. Advanced tickets are being sold right now. The contact number for receiving advanced tickets is 973-414-8600. Please ask for Miss Latrell Johnson, and tickets are available right now. We are hoping to have as many people show up as possible, not only to hear the message of Godspell given in this context, but to support our students. Our students need to see that the community is interested in what they're doing and saying. They are more than willing and capable to carry on the legacy of our rich traditions and leaders. They are ready to step into greatness. And it would just be extremely helpful to them to see that the community is behind them.
We usually don't, promote high school musicals, but I just thought this was so fascinating. And the fact that the person who reached out about this production was a student at Cicely
Absolutely.
Tyson. And I think that in itself tells you a lot about um, the excitement about this show. And so I congratulate all of you on this production and wish you the best of luck uh, on the 27th through the 29th. I know that it will be a powerful experience, not only for all of you, but for the audience. And once again, for those who are thinking about this is the Theater Arts Department at Cicely L. Tyson Community School Performing and Fine Arts presenting this reimagination of Godspell. The musical runs Friday, March 27th through Sunday, March 29th. It's a matinee at 3 p.m. on Sunday at the Gene L. James Theater at 35 Winan Street in East Orange. The night shows are starting at 7. The Sunday afternoon show starts at 3:30. London, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time.
Kevin, good luck with Judas.
Thank you so much.
Jordan, I hope you enjoy the live performances.
Thank you so much.
James, thanks for allowing us to talk to your students today. It's refreshing and exciting to see the talent that is surrounding us and the future of not only theater but the entire world. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for your time and thank you for your listeners. We so appreciate you and we look forward to seeing you this weekend at Godspell.
And don't forget, students, you can always love jazz too. Follow us on WBGO.